You know, I really wish I could figure out how to get rid of this aura. I really do. It's annoying at times. Alia lacta S. What's with all this freaking Latin? You will accompany me back to your camp, where I will meet with your leader and present Lord Quintus's demands. Before we depart, however, there's something I would ask of you. Assuming your contingent complies, the supplies they surrender will need to be transported here. The task falls to the legionaries Marcellinus and Octivia, who will provide Magitech armor to your headquarters. You are to inform them that they are leaving shortly. That we are leaving shortly. Tell them to ask the Illy for further details. In those words. Once you've seen to that, meet me by the exit. You again. Ask the Illy, he said. So, that's the ways to be, way of it. After all this. How ironic that you should be the one to deliver the news. If those were my orders, then so be it. For the glory of Garlemald. I have a feeling that a rebellion is about to happen. I don't know if it's true or not, but just a feeling. What do you want of me? Ask the elite. So Lord Quintus has reached a decision. I knew he would understand, that he would recognize the savage is a ruthless, merciless creature, and to defeat him, we must become uncompromising. I am ready. In the name of Emperor Varus, for the glory of Garlemald, I will fulfill my duty. Is this how mercenaries or missionaries feel when they try to help where they're not wanted? We're gonna have a war on our hands, aren't we? Gonna knock some sense into Quintus. Have you done as instructed? Their duties are more than to transport supplies, don't they? Duty is rarely a simple thing. We have been given additional orders, though. Whether we will be required to follow them depends on entirely of your contingent. You and I are in this together, like it or not. We have to cooperate. In other words, there is one other matter. A place I'd like to visit on your way to the camp. It's a short walk from here. Follow me. I don't care about that guy. Just walk right there. Come on. Julius lingers in the ruins, reluctant to leave, reluctant to stay, unable to move on. Ooh. That looks like the machine from 1. The death machine. Or Omega.
This is my home. Our home. At least it was until that night. I was with Lord Quintus when the capital fell, and thus spared. My family, who did not own a radio, were less fortunate. When dawn came, I made my way here. My parents,
oh shit,
my little brother and sister. But they weren't themselves, and they tried to.
Oh, I am live. Sweet.
And I had to.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I was alive or not. Shit. Bothered me for a second.
I'd promised to take them away from the capital that very morning. To somewhere safe, to hide until the fighting stopped. I promised. The Garlean flag bears a chain. The bonds between our countrymen. A red link at its center. The blood of the fallen. Our loved ones who lived and died for Garlemald. But if she too fell, who would be left to remember them and their sacrifice? What enduring proof would there be that they were ever here? If we had turned to your gods, would they have saved us?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, forget I spoke. We should go.
It's no use.
Believe me, I do not enjoy being here any more than you. But she wanted us to play along, so that is what we will do.
Stubborn boy.
It's so cold.
Painfully so. Unbearably.
I've been thinking about what Quintus said. About why no one would accept Garlean rule. Irreconcilable differences. When coexistence isn't an option, only conquest remains. Varys at Gimlet said much the same. Only by uniting the world beneath a single standard would we rid ourselves of the Ascians. United as one people, one race cleansed of imperfections. A cold and unforgiving vision. And when we fail to live up to their standards, what place is there for us in their world? The truly sad, truly frustrating thing is how damnably similar it all is to the lofty ideals of Father and the Forum. Non-intervention. Always non-intervention. Protect our knowledge and our people, and to hells with the rest of you. And yet, I can see how it happened. Varys and Father looked to their elders for guidance and took their virtues as their own. But for this world was of their making. In who else could they place their trust? All of us lost in a sea of chaos, searching desperately for purpose and meaning. But it shouldn't just be an extension of another's. It has to be ours. It has to be. We all have a stake in this world. No one should be silenced.
I won't deny that we lack the experience of people such as Father or Quintus. Perhaps they've come to see the world as a series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them, to reduce everything to fundamental forms. A stone is a stone, a cloud, a flower, no more than that. Simple descriptions that strip the subject of distinguishing characteristics. A man is a man, divided according to race, creed, or allegiance, and to some, defined by such associations.
Is that what you think?
In my misbegotten youth. But what I believed wisdom was no more than aggressive ignorance. I've since learned to look beyond the banners and the politics, to see people as individuals with their own hopes and dreams. As for my dream of building a better world, well, every day I'm reminded that it is far more complex than I had ever imagined. But it only spurs me onward, to find the wisdom and the strength to see it through to the very end.
All of our supplies and an immediate withdrawal. These are your conditions?
Demands. And you forgot about the airship. Once again, you will leave one behind. It will be used to return the prisoners. Their collars will be removed prior to the exchange.
So in the end, not even Father's expertly worded rhetoric could deter you from your chosen course.
Huh?
Not that I thought for a moment that it would. I've no love for violence, of course, but ours is a cause worth fighting for. I just wish he'd realize it too. Sometimes the only way to protect the ones you love is to take a stand, to refuse to suffer in silence. I want you to know I share your conviction. Whether it be on the battlefield or in the debating chamber, I won't back down. I guess what I'm saying is...
You've found your own reason to fight.
Yes. Yes, I have. God's willing, there will come a day when we can finally lay down our arms, and there will be peace. But not until the Telophoroi have been defeated once and for all. And you, brother, will have a vital part to play. By your words and deeds, you'll lead the way.
I pray I am up to the task.
There'll always be naysayers. Those who think us fools for even trying. It's easy for learned elites to criticize earnest efforts and assert their moral superiority, all without offering alternatives. Not that their sophistry has ever wounded you. So stubborn and strong. Stronger than you even know. Don't ever change, you hear me? If you stumble, I'll be there to catch you. Or give you a thick ear. Maybe both, for good measure.
Thank you, Alice.
Hi, Estinian.
The scouts have secured Alizé and Alphino. Their collars were removed without complication as well. They report no casualties, not for their party nor the guards, who will wake from their premature slumber in due course.
It would appear the situation has changed. I propose new terms. We have information that will be of great interest to Lord Quintus, and I wish to speak with him in person.
No. In the event you rejected our first proposal, we came prepared with a second.
Ambush!
Looks like we gotta fight. Really?
More are coming! Make ready!
We, the loyal soldiers of the First Legion, proud servants of Garlemald, of the fallen Emperor Varys, shall safeguard these lands from the barbarian hordes until our countrymen return! Stop! Both of you!
Oh, you pissed off the white mage.
This child may be the worst emissary I have ever seen.
We received an urgent communication from the Grand Company of Eorzea. Envoys from the Imperial Army, led by members of the 10th Legion, came to Alamigo and requested an audience. They explained that their efforts to coordinate the reclamation of the capital with the aid of the 4th, 5th, 8th, and 12th had ended in failure. Communication between most legions has broken down entirely. Most of the 10th's conscripts have deserted, leaving their forces severely depleted. That is why, unable to continue the fight on their own, they and their allies turned to the Grand Company of Eorzea for aid.
Lies! Every word!
It is the truth, and I have not finished. The 10th has requested that we deliver a message to Lord Quintus. Have the ill stand down.
You have been listening, my lord? What are your orders?
Inform her that we will honor the 10th's decision. Bereft of hope, and now dignity. I release you from your duty. All of you. I take solace, your radiance, in the knowledge you are not here to witness our debasement. 'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared. Of a world united, of peace and prosperity. We are ghosts, you and I, memories of days gone by. Bonds forged in blood that I will not see tarnished.
Oh no.
Quickly! We have to reach the station before it's too late.
If there is still a chance that Quintus will agree to a truce, we must take it.
I just hope we get there before he and his men do something rash.
He's already gone. Much and more has occurred since we last met. As for determining what comes next, we must speak with Lord Quintus. Jeez. Before we proceed, tell me what you know of the First Legion and its disposition of their forces. They were preparing for war while the refugees while the refugees in their care were left to go hungry. A reckless, short-sighted plan that risked the welfare of the people they were sworn to protect. Nevertheless, we cannot compel them to accept our aid. If we were to arrive in force with the intent to do so, we would only incite panic. But perhaps they can be persuaded to follow one of their own. Go with Julius back to the station and have him lead the refugees here. Some may be willing, others unable to leave. But for the time being, I'll take what I can get. Alphonse, Alize, and the scouts I'm sent to extricate them should already be at the station. I'll have our other comrades in the area lend support should it be needed. Understood. Well, let's teleport back. Oh, shoot. I can't teleport. Oh, brother. It's going to be a long walk. walking. Almost there. At least you have a decent song. Hidden and Julius. We've arrived just before you did and too late. Too late for what? What happened? It's Lord Quintus. He took his own life. After the news about the 10th, he relieved us all of our duties, and then he was alone. When he was alone, he... Oh. No, he wouldn't. Thankard and the others, assisted by the soldiers, have seen to the remains. In due course shall the Legionist be afforded a proper burial. He released us from our duty. He wanted us to be free to choose our own fate. Without them to guide us, I have just this moment spoken with Lucia. We're ready to commence the transfer to the refugees here to Camp Broken Glass, should they be willing to accept our aid. Some would rather die. But most just want to live. Most of us just want to live. Songs and standards be damned. We just want to live. We'll need to speak with the refugees. They'll have to decide for themselves if they wish to come with us. If any would prefer to stay, we can have supplies brought over for them. It'll be a hard journey for the others, but we'll see that they reach the camp safely. I It was only ever a dream, wasn't it? To think we could reclaim it. We built it all ourselves. Before all this began, I sent my wife and daughter away to the provinces. If there's a chance I might see them again, I'll take it. So take me. Take me with you, please. We got the Aetheryte sorted in the end. All it took was a few adjustments, and it works as well as it ever did. From what I can tell, the one in Letnerm also functions as normal. That's where you lot are staying, isn't it? Now that most of us are packing up and leaving this place, I reckon there will be more use for me and my skills over at your camp. Oh. Okay. Ah, it's you, the one who cheated kindness. I heard from the others that you're not from around here. Thought you were one of us. Not that it makes much difference now. Purebloods, migrants, savages. After a while, the world start to lose meaning. The words start to lose meaning. Until all you're left with is anger and fear and hate, and I'm too tired. If you and yours we have come to aid, I'd gladly accept it. We have much to discuss. Our rescue, the attack on the Camp Broken Glass, what we'd hoped to talk about with Quintus. But all of that can wait. More urgent matters demand our attention. Are any of the refugees willing to come to our camp? Thank the 12. Thank the 12. You and I should go first to secure the road back to the Camp Broken Glass. With all the creatures and timber sulking about, I expect we'll have our hands full. This should come in handy. Conqueror's Chain, courtesy of our Limsonian friends. I'd save it for the timber, though. I'll mark a few points that need surveying on our map. Once you've taken care of the riffraff, we'll meet back at our camp. So if this is working again, nice. Snow and thunder, huh? The coming of two seasons joining together. I have this. I think I need to use this. Oh yeah, I forgot to drink my water. Go. One down. I'm a tank. This takes a while. Okay, so I guess I'm out of them. Ah, overgrown rose, huh? Maybe I should get back on the mount. Hell? Ah, there it is. No threats. Where you at, Thancred? Right outside of broken glass. Cool. There you are. As expected, I ran into a few beasts who went down without much of a fight. The tempered proved somewhat troublesome, but the change should keep them under control till our allies take them into custody. With that taken care of, I'm to gather the few supplies and return to the station. Oh, while I see to that, would you mind appraising Lucia for progress? As it happens, I have some rather pertinent information from our recent scouting forays, but I'll save that for later. First things first, and all that. Ah, hidden. I was informed about Quintus's suicide. It must have come to a great shock to his men. What of the refugees? I'm told some were receptive to our proposal, but I would hear from your first-hand account. That so many did not hesitate to accept proves how desperate their situation has become. We'll do our best to make them feel welcome. The troops had participated in the ambush are no exception. They will be afforded the same treatment as all the other refugees. Perfidy notwithstanding. After all, even if I wanted to make an example out of them, there's no one left to learn from it. We will tell our allies these soldiers were acting under direct orders of the legatus, and following his suicide, they offered a full and unconditional surrender. Perhaps Quintus thought that he had lived, he would be tried as a war criminal, and his men punished with him. Perhaps by taking his own life, he hoped to absolve them of any culpability. Or perhaps, like too many others, he was a true believer to the end. Who can say? I don't know the man. I didn't know the man or his heart. His reasons, noble or otherwise, died with him. And it all falls to us to clean up the mess. Okay guys, we're going to end it here. That was a very depressing episode. Hope things will get better now. No guarantees though. So I want to thank you for watching. This has been just depressing. But I will see you guys later.